guys, it's Kylie, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you my thoughts on Disneyland Paris. So during my Christmas trip to Europe, we did stop at Disneyland Paris for a few days, and I got to experience it at a actually very busy time for them. It was right between Christmas and New Year's that week. It was after my Adventures by Disney trip, so if you're interested in hearing more about Adventures by Disney, definitely check out the video in the iCard where I talk about my experience with that. But if you guys enjoy Disney videos and Disney content, definitely hit the subscribe button and turn the bell so you get notified every time I upload, as I post tons of Disney content on this channel. So going into Disneyland Paris, I didn't really go in with any expectations. However, mentally I still kind of did have expectations. It is a lot smaller than you would think. When we showed up, I'm so used to going to Disney World, which is massive, and even Disneyland is bigger than Disneyland Paris. The Disneyland park itself is good size, and it's got plenty of rides, but the Walt Disney Studios park is very small. At the time on what was open, it had like 8 total like attraction things to do, and you can literally like walk from one side to the other in like 5 minutes. It's so small, especially compared to how large the parks are in the US. I mean, the size of, like, if you think about an Animal Kingdom is massive. So that park was really small, and it was definitely interesting to see how small it is compared to other parks. From the map, you can also just see, the second you look at it, how big the Disneyland park is compared to Walt Disney Studios Park, just to show how small Walt Disney Studios Park is. Even though the Disneyland Park isn't crazy big compared to an Animal Kingdom, it's similar to our Magic Kingdom in Florida or like Disneyland in California. It is interesting to see how tiny that is and how little the Walt Disney Studios Park offers in comparison. My takeaway is that you could definitely do both parks and the village area in 2 days max and get on everything that you wanted to get on. We were able to get on all the rides we wanted to get on, no problem. We even got on a couple extra times, and we were able, there wasn't crazy waits even though it was Christmas time. We were still able to do everything that we wanted. It does have, so Disneyland Paris Park is one of the parks, then a Walt Disney Studios Park, which is similar to like a Hollywood Studios, and then a Disney Village, which is similar to like a Disney Springs or Downtown Disney, that offer your typical Downtown Disney. Their Disney Village offers shopping and stuff. Then your Magic Kingdom type park is the Disneyland, and then a Hollywood Studios, so it's based off of some of the different movies. For rides and attractions at the park, I did love that they had rides that aren't currently at Florida anymore. So they had their version of the Backlot Tour, which used to be one of my favorite rides at Hollywood Studios. So that was really fun to get to re-experience that. They also did have their version of Haunted Mansion or Phantom Manor. They did have Tower of Terror, their version of Space Mountain, their version of Space Ranger Spin, or Astro Blasters, which was super awesome because I do love those rides. I did like their version of Astro Blasters because you could take the gun out and you could also get above Galactic Hero on your score, and your score just kept adding, so that was super fun. We never got to that level, but people did have scores that were higher than Galactic Hero. So along with having so many rides from the parks, they did also have many unique rides. So they had an Indiana Jones roller coaster. They also had Crush Coaster, some Toy Story Land that had very different rides than the Toy Story Land we have. So they did have some awesome unique rides that aren't the same ones as the other parks, along with your typical Big Thunder Mountain and other rides at the American parks. Another awesome part about the park is the castle. The castle is massive, and they do some awesome shows at the castle. Their fireworks show is awesome. It has awesome projections. It's really more of a projection show that also has some water. It's like a mix of World of Color and Happily Ever After, with the projections, the fireworks, and a bunch of water in front of the castle. So going to Paris, you would expect everything to be in French and French based, but I did enjoy the fact that for food, there was a wide variety. We ate at a Moroccan restaurant, so it is like a typical Disney. They have different cultures and each land is themed, and even their Disney Village had like an Earl of Sandwich, an American steakhouse, so traditional American food. So it wasn't just French food. We did eat at the Ratatouille restaurant, so that was obviously French, but it was super awesome to still have some food, especially where we're coming from Italy. It was nice to have some hometown American food and just get like a sandwich at like an Earl of Sandwich, or even just go get a steak at a steakhouse. The other weird thing about it being in France is, yes, there is a language barrier and everything is in French, but everything's half in French and half in English. I expected it to be completely in French, but if you watch any of the videos of rides and parades that I posted, so I will have those linked up in the iCard, everything goes from French to English, so they like repeat everything twice. So we did like the Backlot Tour, and they repeated everything in French and English, so it was interesting because you got everything almost twice if you understood French, which I don't, but there's not really a language barrier for those that speak English. There is for those that speak other languages. You don't have that option, but everything is said in both French and English, as any announcements or any rides or everything is split up between the two. They do offer a wide variety of hotels also, so they have your deluxe accommodations all the way up to the big hotel right in front of, like the Disneyland Hotel right in front of the park, all the way down to, they have their version of a value resort, so there's definitely plenty of accommodations for all different budgets. Another weird thing about the park is in Disney World is now no smoking, and they even have like designated smoking sections. They do have them technically, but people just kind of like smoke around the park, so that is definitely a cultural thing, as in Europe it's so much more common for people to be smoking than it is in America, so that's definitely a different thing to get used to, having that versus nobody even in the parks allowed to smoke, and cast members actually like pointing it out, like the cast members don't really care that people are doing it. So overall, I would highly recommend going there. It's definitely a once-in-a-lifetime experience to be able to go and see the different Disney parks around the world. I would say that I would build it into another vacation. It isn't like Florida that it's a one time you can just go there and have a whole vacation there. It's more of a 2-day thing. You kind of go for your 2 days, enjoy it, and then also visit other parts of either Europe or even Paris. We went in one day to the actual city of Paris. I did enjoy it. It was awesome. They have awesome merchandise. We were able to get some awesome pins and other stuff like that, and I would highly recommend it if you have the ability to go out there at least for a couple days just to check it out. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out all the videos that I have either linked up in the iCard at the end. They'll show my experience at Disneyland Paris and all the vlogs that I did from the trip. And if you guys enjoy Disney content, definitely hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!